Life.
What's up, YouTube? It's your girl Dee Dee. Welcome back to the channel. Thank y'all so much for tuning in once again. So I am back with another reaction video for you guys. So listen, before we hop into the video, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, share and like the video, and turn on your notification bell to be notified when I upload new content, all right? So in this clip, we have women who are finally waking up to the lies of feminism. But is it too late? There are some women out here who realize they've been duped and that they've been lied and forced into a independent situation that they were not prepared for. But do men see them the same? Are men willing to work with women now that some women are realizing the situation that they put themselves in? Y'all let me know. Or have men moved on and they're never looking back? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I definitely want to hear what you have to say on this particular video. Make sure you comment, like, and subscribe, and share the video, and turn on that bell to be notified when I upload new content. But I'm gonna stop talking. Let's go ahead and get into the video. Here we go.
I did not know that the feminist rhetoric had gotten so bad, like it's so far gone, to the point where it has convinced you ladies that motherhood is not even worth doing. Wow, that's crazy. Do y'all know it's women out here who can't even have kids? It's women out here who's like literally at the church altar praying on their knees every day to bear a child. But then you have women in the same world who have opted out because they say, oh, it's a sacrifice. I don't want to give up this and give up that. Like, you know, we weren't put here to live for ourselves, right? Like, this is insane. Feminism, it's, ooh, boy.
So is it just me, or does everything in society feel for women like OF? Like corporate America feels like OF. Social media feels like OF. Literally, I think everything in society feels like OF, except for having a man that actually loves and appreciates you, wants to marry you, have kids with you. Because it's like you're constantly giving yourself to people who don't care about you. They're using your mind, your body, your spirit, like your literal gifts from God for their purpose, to line their pockets and make more money. It's like your entertainment for everyone all the time, but you never get anything back. It's like you're performing constantly. Like like a lot of girls, I hear them talk about they don't want to be perceived, but it's like in corporate America, you have to be perceived. Like on social media, you have to be perceived. And it's all for like other people's benefit and entertainment. And it's like you're never getting any connection back at all from anyone. It's like you might get money, you might get clicks. Like I've gone viral many times on other social media platforms, but it's like part of you like dies inside every time. Like it feels like a piece of me dies inside every single time, because it's like no matter what all those people say online, it's like you'll look over and it's like when you lay down at night and it's still just you. So it's like at what point, you know, like feminism, I think, really lied to women in the sense where they felt like going out and doing all these things, we could have everything, but it's like we have the opportunity for money, but not the connection and the love that we need.
Yeah, I 100% agree with what she's saying, and that's what's missing. And this is, you know, there's a scripture in the Bible that says, what is it to gain the world and lose your soul? So when the focus for women and whoever is all about money, get to the bag. This is exactly what a lot of successful so-called boss chicks are experiencing. You prioritize your work and your careers first, and you led with that. You became successful, and now you have no family to share it with. And I'm not talking about your mommy and your daddy. I'm talking about your family, your husband and your children, building a life with someone, sharing your life with someone, having experiences with somebody who actually cares about you, and children who look up to you and love you unconditionally. This is the things that a lot of women are foregoing because they don't really understand the full purpose and the benefits of it. They don't understand the love and the gratification that you get from your family, the love, when nobody else cares about you. When you go to those jobs, when you make this money for these people, and everything that you do financially is contingent upon how they see you. I don't know how many times I've seen celebrities who have mentioned publicly that everyone was in their corner, everybody was supporting them, everybody was around them, everybody was with them until they fell off, until they got sick and they was in a hospital, and none of those so-called friends were there to support them or help them. Maybe there was one or two out the bunch of people who were screaming and yelling, "Oh my God, you're so great, you're so this, you're so that," when you're on. And they're doing that because they benefit from you being on. The minute they can't benefit from you, then you're dropped like a hot potato. You're left by the wayside. They don't give a damn. It's the same way women work for go to these corporate jobs, start these businesses with people, trying to build your way up. The minute they don't need you, the minute they see another opportunity to get somebody else in to pay less or whatever, they'll drop you like a bad habit, and they don't care. And you have to pick up the pieces, because that's the nature of the game. You're only useful if you can benefit somebody in a financial way or for their financial gain. And so what happens is, when you continue that path and that's all you're focused on and that's all you have, there's going to be a deficit. There's going to be something missing. This is why even people who are super successful are depressed sometimes. They feel lost. They feel confused. They don't feel like they have a purpose, because they are missing that family that is there for you no matter what. That's what that's supposed to be, your safe place, where you have unconditional love from your husband and your children, the people who you love and the people who are there, and they got your back no matter what. A lot of times people don't prioritize that. They don't understand the importance of it because they've never had it and they never thought it was important to have. But when they see it in other people, it makes them feel sad. It makes them feel depressed because they're like, "Oh, I wish I had that. I wish," but they don't think it's attainable because they haven't had the tools in order to get it, nor were they taught that that was something that you should prioritize, or that was something that you should focus on and go after. No, they were taught, go after the money, take care of yourself. You can be independent. Don't depend on the man. They're only looking at one side of it. And that's what's leading a lot of women astray. And I think a lot of women are waking up to it. A lot of women are realizing that that is not the life that they really wanted. It's causing them more stress and turmoil than anything else, than any type of satisfaction or gratification. They have these careers, but they're still miserable. Let's continue.
You need someone next to you at night. Like, you need someone who's going to protect you and care for you and like look out for your best interest, like someone who's going to give you advice and like guidance, and that you could just do life with and be like, "Hey, let's build this empire together. Like, let's have kids. Let's just do life together." That feels like the only thing that is not violating, because like, I don't know, right now every aspect of society as a woman feels like you're getting violated like literally 6 ways from Sunday, and the only thing that's not violating is having a family, like getting married and having a family, because then when you serve that man, he's going to serve you back. You're going to love each other, and it's going to be an equal exchange of love and respect and connection that you can't get anywhere else, like not from work, not from school, not from social media. And it's like, yeah, I can't be the only one that thinks like that. Like, am I the only one? Let me know.
Whoever fought for women to get jobs, why? Why did we do that? I am so tired. I want to just put my feet up. Like, oh my God.
I'm married, right? Which I am. I have a husband, right? Why would I want to just leave the house without him knowing? That doesn't make sense. I've never met a wife that prefers to be by herself. The wives I know, women that are around me, love being around their husband. They enjoy his company. I don't know what this like weird propaganda is, but like, I have no desire to have money without my husband or to leave the house without him. Like, I'd rather go out to eat with him than any of you guys. Like, I don't even like hanging with friends. Like, I prefer being with my husband. He's literally my best friend. Feminism didn't do anything for me at all. All it did was create beef with y'all. I don't need some man-made institution to tell me that I can do this or I can do that. I'm good. Like, I like having a husband. I like being around him. I like that. I love working with my husband. Any kind of work I do, it's contributing to his business, and I love that. Like, that's what I like to do. I'm not interested in like leading my own life. That's like, that is contradictory to the concept of marriage, right? Like, if you're in a marriage, you're supposed to contribute to each other. You're not supposed to lead your own life. Like, you have to stop listening to miserable women that tell you that feminism is good and you should have your own, you should live your own life, and you should prepare for his ass to leave you and blah blah and all this miserable shit. Like, no, like, you're not saying anything. You wouldn't be able to leave the house. Where the f I'm gonna go?
She made me laugh when she said that, because it's like, it's so stupid. Like, they on this journey. She's absolutely right, by the way. That's exactly how I feel. I'm like, what the hell? But then they'll try to shame you and make you feel like, oh my God, I don't like these women who are so male centered. Y'all, girl, please get the hell up out. Like, no, y'all single and miserable and trying to bring everybody down with you. This lady in this video is absolutely right. And that's exactly how I feel. But, you know, I have a husband. You know what I'm saying? It's like the women who have husbands and are not out here complaining about men kind of have similar thoughts. The independent, boss chick, single, miserable women don't understand it. Because once again, they want to push this narrative that, oh, you need to be independent. You need to do this. You need to do this by yourself. Why do I want it? I don't want to do it by myself. How about that? And a lot of them don't want to do it by themselves either. But they still want to have this independent life to do what they want because that's what they're accustomed to. But they want a man to come in and just pay them. They just want a man to pay all the bills. That's it. You don't want to really build with somebody and grow with the man and love the man. You just want him to pay your shit. Those of us who are married and understand working together with our husbands and building with our husbands, we look at it differently because we've experienced it and we have it. So I just, you know, and I'm just saying, like, it's a mentality, but they try to convince people, oh my God, you got to have your own autonomy and do this. Look, as married people, we are an individual person, but we're not independent of our husbands. At least I'm not independent of my husband. No, we work together. I'm not my own person. I mean, as far as living my own life outside of my husband, that don't make no sense. Like she said, what's the sense of having a husband if you're living independent of him? You know what I mean? We need each other. We do things together as a collective. Working together is how you make it work. That's the whole point of having a husband and a wife together and building a family. You know, I don't need to go outside of that and do something on my own. Not saying that I can't do things. I already know that. Not saying that I can't do anything I can't go to the store without my husband. No, I can't do things as a person. That's not saying that I can't do that. And I think this way they get it misconstrued. Oh my God, you got a husband, you can't do it. Okay, yeah, I can do things if I want to, but I choose not to. I'm not on this mission to prove something. And I think that's what a lot of women are on, a mission to prove that they can do. I don't need to prove that. And I think that's where women go wrong when they're looking for relationships and when they're in relationships. A lot of times when you think you have to prove something to your person or prove, I don't know, that you can do, I don't know. But it's not a good look. It's really not. Let's continue.
Feminism is not the issue, but what it's turned into is the original fight was for equality. Votes, jobs, and just mutual respect. But somewhere along the way, equality morphed into superiority. Now, women are told, you don't need a man. Depending on him, it makes you weak. Be soft and nurturing, that's betrayal. Femininity was never weakness. But when women started trying to outman men, the polarity disappeared. No push, no pull, no leadership, no trust, just two people fighting for control, wondering why the attraction is dead. Men aren't disgusted by women. They're disgusted by the distortion, the constant anger, the victimhood, the competition. Masculine energy in women is repulsive to high-value masculine men. It just doesn't work. Real men don't want to battle their woman. They want to build with her. They want the woman who can lead her own ambitions and still soften in his arms at night, because strength and softness can still coexist. It should be able to. Masculine energy brings structure, protection, and direction. Feminine energy brings warmth, intuition, and life. You remove one, you get chaos. You fake one, and you get resentment. Feminism wasn't freedom. It was a tax scam. Shove women into offices, twice the work, twice the cash for Uncle Sam, pump up her paycheck, sell her cars, daycare, happy pills, and throw the kids in a brainwash center, aka schools, while mom and dad grind 60-hour weeks, too wiped to see the family's actually been robbed. The goal was never to dominate each other. It was to balance each other out, to make each other better. When masculine and feminine move in harmony, your love thrives and legacies last lifetimes.
Ladies, feminism lied to us and we just ate it up. They told us that rebellion was power, but all it gave us was confusion, burnout, and situationships. In the eyes of feminists, you don't need no man, right? Okay, but why are you secretly craving love, stability, and protection? So somehow obeying God became oppressive, while being overworked, over-sexualized, and overlooked became empowerment. Please make it make sense.
Feminism sold us the biggest scam of our generation. They told us we were empowered, but what did we actually get? Burnout, debt, stress, a double life where we work like men and still carry the entire home on our backs. And here's the truth nobody's talking about. Feminism didn't set women free. It trapped us in a masculine system that we were never designed for. They told us to compete with men, to lead like men, to talk, think, act like men, and now we're exhausted, we're disconnected, resentful, and wondering why nothing feels right. We don't need more feminism. We need to reclaim the femininity that was stolen from us, because that's where a woman's real power has always been. In softness, in harmony, emotional intelligence, intuition, influence, not in becoming a copy of the men we were created to complement.
Ladies, let's get into it. Being sexual does not make you feminine. I repeat, being sexual does not make you feminine. Family, I gotta keep it real. I see women today objectifying themselves, then getting mad at men for objectifying them, thinking that that's what it means to be feminine. And family, that ain't it. Plus, the type of man that you attract by showing your Gucci gotcha? Sis, that ain't the man that you want. Trust me, that's culture lying to us. That's not God. True femininity, at Proverbs 31, says it's humility, integrity, her strength, discipline, and dignity is what defines a feminine woman. Let me keep it real. If you lead with your body, you can't get mad when that's all man sees. You can't plant seeds in the flesh and then expect to reap in the spirit. Galatians 6:8. And come on, family, let's be real. The streets are only fun for at max a season. And I'm stretching it with that. Proverbs 14:12 says this: there's a way that seems right, but in the end, it leads to destruction. Sis, you were created to be so much more than somebody's appetizer. Just something or someone to hold them over while they're still searching the menu, trying to figure out what they want to order. Don't trade fake attention for the real love your soul craves. God's way is better. His way leads to life and peace. Romans 8:6. Let's get back to that.
Viral attention for sharing her regrets about ditching the idea of marriage and family. Now, her article in Business Insider reads, quote, "I'm 38 and single, and I recently realized I want a child. I'm terrified that I've missed my opportunity." That woman's name is Melissa Persling, and she's revealing to Fox News Digital what she thinks caused her current situation. Listen.
I feel unbelievably betrayed by feminism. I was constantly fed this idea that women can do everything. We don't really need men. Women can have the great career and have the kids that they like and change the tires and do this. I mean, I grew up thinking, and men are great, but like I can do all the same things. I do feel in many ways betrayed by that line of thinking. I kind of want to go back to some of those teachers and coaches and say, what the hell did you mean by that? Because women can't do it all. We can't.
Katrina, what are your thoughts on this?
Okay, I'm going to go deep here. So I have a lot of opinion on this, and I really think that feminism in some ways has really sabotaged women's happiness. And the reason I believe that is because we are asked to do all these different things, right? But then our nervous system goes whack. Like I know for myself, I'm in work mode and then mother mode and then family mode, right? And so your system just completely goes out of whack, which is why I truly believe, and I found this quote and I thought it was so telling, is that the divine feminine is the rawest, wildest, and most honest mirror a man will ever encounter. The awakened man opens his heart and goes to battle. He will tame his dragons and face his deepest shadows, since he knows that deep within, her heart will guide him home. And I think that there is a beautiful balance between the feminine and the masculine energy. And I know that as a woman, regardless of what any woman says, I think she wants to feel safe with a man and she wants to be able to feel her feminine energy, but it's very difficult to go into that space when you're trying to fulfill all these different roles, which is what I think this woman is feeling right now, which is what I think a lot of women, right, in very powerful positions are feeling. And then there's this idea that if you're powerful, you can't be, a beautiful wife or a beautiful mother. And so I think we need to go back to really the way God designed us to be, which is as women, we need men. And it makes for a beautiful balance.
Ooh, baby. Listen, they gonna realize it one way or another that we need each other. We need men. Women need men. We need each other. We're designed for each other. And I think, you know, it's got to come back around because sometimes things have to get so bad before they get better. And I think once again, this narrative that, oh, women don't need a man and you can do it all by yourself. It's rearing its ugly head. It's showing how this is not how it was meant to be and how it has taken an effect on a lot of these women who think this way. And I do think a lot of women have been tricked into believing that this whole feminist independent movement is what they should be and what they should be doing. But now they're seeing the effects of it. And they're still not getting it. And they still, some women are still not getting it. And they're like in denial, like, oh my God. And they just thought that this was going to be a situation where they could, you know, tout the fact that they're independent, they don't need a man, and they got an education, and they're so educated in this, and then they could just pick the men up on the back end. You know what I mean? Like, oh, I'm a boss chick now, and I'm so great at who I am and what I do, and I don't really need you. But you know what? I do want you, but I just had to build myself up to show you I don't need you. And using that rhetoric and thinking that way is the very thing that's driving men away. Because they flipped the script. You telling a man you don't need him, you think that it makes him feel more endeared to you and make him want to be with you? No, it does the opposite. Because men are designed and taught to that they should be protectors and providers of their families. If they don't have that role and if they can't fulfill that role because you're telling them you're better and you got this and you don't really need them for shit. But you know, I want you to just tag behind me. That's not how most men want to operate, baby. And this is what women like to say, oh, they're sassy and they're feminine and they're weak and they're this and they're and all of this because they don't want to follow your lead. But you want them to follow your lead, but you still want them to bring everything to the table. That's the funny part. What is the sense? What is the purpose of a woman being super successful and making her own money, but still wants a man to come in and pay for everything and do everything in a traditional way when you can't offer him that traditional woman that he's looking for. If you're the boss in the relationship for real, you're running the show as the woman. What incentive would it be for a man to come into that? And I don't think women understand it. They're changing the dynamics and they're messing up the order of things. And then they're trying to force it and make it work when it's just not going to work for the most part. But listen, I thought this was an interesting topic and video. I want you guys to chime in. Let me know your thoughts on this particular video. Chime in, leave your comments, leave your thoughts, leave your concerns. I definitely want to hear what you have to say. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. It is free to subscribe, share, and like the video, y'all. Chime in. I want to hear what you have to say, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.
DeeDeesReactions. Tell a friend.